Hi, my name is Nicole, and this is the CK Diary Podcast. On this podcast, I talk about all things crocheting, knitting, sewing, and any other crafty thing that I am up to this week. So I started sharing the teas that I'm drinking at the beginning of the video, but today I'm not drinking tea. I'm drinking Kombucha. They used to carry this at the Costco that we go to, and then they stopped for a really long time. Like, I haven't seen it in months, but it's back again, so I am getting it again. All right, so usually the order of my podcast goes finished objects, whips, and then any yarn or items related to crafting that I have purchased. So first I will talk about finished objects. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen that I finished this cute little boxy pouch bag. I want to start offering these in my Etsy shop as like a little notions pouch. This one is not perfect. This is the first one I've made. And you can see here where like the lining isn't sewn on completely properly on one side, and I feel like I don't know if you can tell on camera, but this side is a little bit higher than this side, like a little bit higher. Yeah, I guess that's how you would say it. So it's not exactly how I want it to be yet, but I'm going to try to make a few more, and then once I get it to where I want it to be, I will start offering these in the shop. I'm hoping to make a few more bags tonight. I've got some really beautiful fabric from Rifle Paper Company, and I forgot what the other website was that I ordered from, but just some really beautiful fabric that I'm excited to use. All right, now we'll go on to whips. So this is in a project bag that I made, and I am using, I believe right now, I've switched between 3 different needles. My first needles were 4mm, 16-inch circulars, I think. And then the last two, I just changed my needles last night from 5mm on 32-inch circulars to 4mm on 32-inch circulars. Last week, I said that I knew for sure I would be done with the body of my poncho before the next podcast. But I wasn't sure how long it would take me to do the ribbing, and I was right. I finished the body. I hope you can see that, but I have not finished the ribbing. I think I've done 2 rounds. Yeah, I've done 2 rounds of the ribbing. I should probably write that down. Hopefully I did write it down somewhere. So hopefully this poncho will be blocked and ready to go in the next podcast. I will, what's today's date? Yeah, I should definitely have it done by the end of the month, I would say. All right, moving right along to the next whip. Also in a bag made by me. I actually have a few of these left. My drawstring's wonky because for the bag for me, I just used the leather scraps that I had left over because I didn't want them to go to waste. But on the bags in the shop, the drawstrings are nice and even and plenty long enough. But I have 5 of these kinds of bags left in the shop. All right, let's see. I am using, these are Knitter's Pride Carbon, nope, that's not right. Knitter's Pride, I don't remember what kind of needles these are. I got carbons for another project and I love them, but they were like $5 more than these ones. But these are Knitter's Prides, and I'm using US 2.75mm. They have these cute little wooden pieces on the end. Super cute. And this is for my fingering weight Coziest Memories blanket. I've added a lot on since you guys saw it last. Last time I showed you, I believe I just had those 2 done, and now I've got 6 squares done. I'll show them one by one. These are all either Emma's yarn or Chelsea's yarn, with the exception of this one. That is from Cascade. And this one is from Olive 2 and Ew. Oh my gosh, I did this last time. Olive 2 and Ew. Olive 2 and Ew. E-W-E. I don't know why my brain has such a hard time saying that word. All right. My next work in progress, I had a lot of works in progress this week. I'm working on a lot. This is also in a bag made by me. I believe this is the first drawstring pouch I ever made. I made it, both of my boys are really into outer space, so I made it with them in mind, so I could put their socks in there while I'm making them. This is the daisy chain pattern by Leah Loves to Knit. I will have all of the patterns and everything linked down below. I am doing magic loop on 1.5, on size 1.5 circular needles, 2.5 millimeter, and I believe it's 32-inch circulars. Not 100% sure. But this is the daisy chain sock. I finished the cuff this week and I started working on the leg of the sock. I stopped right before the first daisy chain, like just before the first special stitch. And the reason why I haven't worked on these a whole lot is because most of my knitting time this week has been in the car on the go while we're at the park, and I have to really sit down and pay attention to this because I've never done it before. The yarn is the Afternoon Tea Party by Suburban Stitcher. But I really have to sit down and pay attention to this, so I just haven't really had the opportunity to sit down and pay attention. And let's see. This is in a bag by Black Cat and Birdie. Her Instagram is different, so I'll list her Etsy shop and I will list her Instagram down below. And this is holding a pair of booties that I just started working on this morning. These booties, I'll link the pattern down below as well. I can't remember the name of the website, but this is a free pattern on a blog. And I think it took me like 15 minutes to do this part. They work up so quickly. I'm using DK weight yarn and a 3 millimeter hook. For the pattern, 0 to 3 months uses a 3 millimeter hook. And then the pattern for 3 to 6 months is the same exact stitch count as the 0 to 3 month. You just use a bigger hook. And then they have different sizes and it's different stitch counts, but that is a really great pattern and I've used it a bunch. I've probably made 6 or 7 pairs of booties from that pattern. All right, and I think that is all of my finished objects and whips I had to show you. So I'll go ahead and move on to yarn. So for yarn, I've ordered a bunch of yarn in the last week or two, which is really not the norm for me. I don't typically order yarn online. I'm trying to think of the last time I did it before this. Usually I'm looking at my yarn right there. My yarn over here. The only yarn that I've really ordered online has been mystery yarns, which I haven't ordered much of. Everything else I've gotten in person. I really like being able to see the true color. I really like being able to feel it. So I just haven't really done a whole lot of online yarn shopping, but I have done quite a bit for Summer Sock Camp from the Crazy Sock Lady, because everyone's been posting these really fun neon sock colors. I won't talk about them as I order them. I will talk about them as they come in. I know I have one coming in today. I thought it was a stretch that it would be here tomorrow, or that it would be here yesterday, because she just sent it out. Today's Wednesday. She just sent it out Monday morning. And I got a notification from USPS saying that it would be here yesterday on Tuesday. I'm recording on Wednesday. I post on Thursdays. So today's Wednesday. It was supposed to be here yesterday on Tuesday, according to USPS. And I could not believe how quickly it was going to be here. She doesn't live super far away, but still overnight just seemed kind of far-fetched. And then I got a notification after my mail was delivered yesterday that it was going to be delivered today, which makes more sense. And I kind of had a feeling that was going to happen. I went and checked my mail right before the podcast because I really wanted to show it to you guys, but our mail carrier must do our neighborhood last because it always comes really, really late. But I do have this to show you. I got this for a sweater vest pattern. I found the sweater vest that I wanted to make. Well, let me talk to you about my sweater vest. So I wanted to make a sweater vest that was in sport or DK weight yarn. And then I found a sport weight yarn that I really, really loved, and it was on sale. It was from, was it from Cascade? I found it at the Knit and Stitch Boutique, and they had the exact amount that I needed. And it was, from what I remember, it was wool and mulberry silk. And it was a great price. It was on sale. And I wanted to grab it, but I could not find a sport weight vest that I really loved. So I ended up not getting it, which I'm kicking myself for now. I wish I would have grabbed it. I ended up finding a worsted weight vest that was beautiful and that fit pretty much exactly what I wanted. And I'll link that down below. I don't remember what it's called now, but I have it favorited on my Ravelry page. So I ended up getting this yarn for it. It's so pretty. It is from Knit Picks. It's the Wool of the Andes yarn. It is 100% Peruvian Highland wool. It's worsted, so it's number 4 weight yarn. Let's see. It's each skein is 110 yards and 50 grams. And I got 10 skeins of it. Well, right after, I'm not kidding, I think it was probably like an hour later, right after I ordered this yarn, I found a pattern that had just randomly popped up on like, you know, the For You page on Instagram or whatever it's called. It's the page on the search page where it populates all of the content that you might enjoy. Well, there was an account that I had never seen before, that I had never followed before, that popped up on my suggested page. And it was a video of a girl in a sweater vest that she had just released a pattern for. I can't remember the girl's name. I'll list everything down below. But the pattern is called I think it's called the Rowdy Tank. And it doubles as like, it's a tank top during the summer if you want it to be. And then it doubles as a sweater vest during the winter. And it is so cute. And it was sport weight. It was for sport weight yarn. But maybe I will find that yarn again one day. We will see. I didn't even write down what it was called. I may have taken a picture of it. I'll have to go look back in my pictures. But anyway, that is all of the acquisitions that I have this week. Next week, I should have quite a few more. It'll be like super fun, colorful sock yarn for summer sock camp. But yeah, I think that is all I had to talk about today. There's not really a whole lot new going on in my life. It's pretty much the same old. It is so hot here. We park our car in the garage, and yesterday we got in our car to go to the grocery store, and it was 113 degrees in our car. We had to sit and let it cool down for a little bit. But it's been, I think yesterday when we were walking home from the park, it was like 94 degrees. It has been so hot, and I'm just not ready for Florida summer yet. I've grown up here my whole life. You would think I'd be prepared for it. I am not. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great week. I can't wait to talk to you again next week. I'll see you later. Bye.